Hi guys, my name's Ellie, welcome to my channel, and today we're doing the intro to the 1 Month 1 palette for October, and it is Pat McGrath Mothership palette number 5, Bronze Seduction. I'm never getting rid of this packaging. A, it's gorgeous, and B, it's the only thing that has the names on it. Well, I guess you can pull that out, but this is the names of the shadows. It's nowhere on the physical packaging. Yeah, no. It doesn't even say, like, the only one on the back that kind of differentiates it from if I had any other Pat McGrath palette is that it says Mothership 5. And this tiny little sticker over here, it's not there. There's nothing. This is the shades. Since this is so new, I thought I would swatch it for you since I don't think I have any swatches of this palette on my channel. I am wearing a look today. It is the third look I've done. And yeah, so I'm going to swatch it like top row over, and I will show you and tell you the names. And I'll just chat you up while I'm doing it. So, the first three are Skin Show Divine Glow, Entrapment, and Bronze Blaze. That's Skin Show. I've noticed that the mattes, when I did swatch them, they don't swatch very well at all. But the shimmer swatch really well. I'll say it's in my crease today. It blended out gorgeously, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. Just that they just really don't swatch at all very well. But yeah, I'm hoping to do a lot of more neutral looks. The looks I've done with this so far have been really, really pretty. Very, very, like, neutral glam with something extra. Like, as you could see with Bronze Blaze, it was really shimmery. And then we're going to do some of the things next. So this is Rose Gold 005. This one I'm really excited to use. VR Fire Opal. This one is gorgeous on the lid. And then this one is Extreme Aubergine. So that one I'm really excited to use a lot. This one is one of the ones that's just really special. It's not picking up the best on camera, but there is a lot of depth to this. If you get it at the right angle, maybe I can... No, not really. There's a really specific angle that gets you like a purple, because most of it is like mustard to green, and it's got some glitter in it in like a really nice way. And then, yeah, like the mattes, they really don't swatch well. Which is fine. I am fine with mattes that don't swatch well as long as they perform well. And yeah, I have used Extreme Aubergine already. Not in this look, but I have used it. It's really nice. I'm excited to have a nice deep matte purple again. Last year I was panning a shade that had one that was just, it was a single of like a deep matte purple, and I found out how much I really like to use those to deepen things. And I'm excited to have one again, especially one that is so pigmented, because on the eyes it really just sticks down, the edges blend out, but you got a lot of impact. So the next one we have is Guilty Pleasure. This is the one that's actually on my lid, on the main part of my lid. It's nice. It's not my most favorite, but I can see how it works in the palette. Disobedient, which is what's in my outer corner. And then Blitz Flame. So this one, it's not a bad shadow. It's just a lot more satin than I normally like. Again, the matte swatch it like crap. Yeah, I think the main appeal of this palette for me was the color story, because this is my first and only Pat McGrath purchase so far. This has, even in just the 3 looks I've done, made me really excited for how the rest of this month is gonna go and how I feel about this formula. That's why I'm hoping in a 1 Month 1 palette type review to get a better look, to get past my initial just, oh my god, so pretty, and see how these work in a day-to-day usage. So the last one is another one of, these are like my 2 favorite, are VR Fire Opal and this one. This is Astral Luna Gold. It's so pretty. Ooh, I want to try something while I have this going. So I just put down Guilty Pleasure, and I'm going to see how this looks over the top. Okay, yeah. That I could get into. I'm going to be an adult and not do it on my eye until later. But yeah, I want to see, because that was kind of what I did with my Natasha Denona Lila palette, is I used it to see how the special aspect would hold up over a month of use. If I was to lose all my other palettes and I decided to redo my collection in the Mothership palettes, how would that actually go for me? What kind of options would I have? How well is the color story thought out? That is another thing I've really liked seeing in these 1 month 1 palette videos, is all the combinations that you won't really think of until you're most of the way through the month, until you're running out of ways to put them together, and then you find something that you absolutely love. And just, if the color story doesn't work, you will find out in the first week, because you will run out of shades to put together really fast. And I like it, and I think this is a good way to ease into fall. So I can do my fun looks on the weekend. I can have really nice fall appropriate but still a little smoky makeup for work that is work appropriate, and still feel a little special. Because when I've worn the more glittery shades, I've felt really special and just a little extra put together, and I want to see how that goes throughout the whole month. So let's get into the looks. First look of the month with the Pat McGrath palette. I used Entrapment in the crease with Disobedient in the outer corner, and I have Guilty Pleasure all over the lid with Skin Show Divine Glow on the inner corner. It's really nice. Guilty Pleasure is not my favorite shade, but it is still really pretty, so we'll see. We'll see. I feel very pretty though. So I have Entrapment in the crease, VR Fire Opal all over the lid, and then Astral Luna Gold on the inner corners, and I really like it. I feel very pretty and a lot softer than yesterday, so time to go to work. Today I put Entrapment in the crease with Disobedient in the outer corner, and I kind of like angled it out a bit more to try out that shape. And then Bronze Blaze is on the lid with Skin Show Divine Glow on the inner corner with an Astral Luna Gold on layered over it. So a lot's happening, but it all ends up really nice and, you know, neutral and smoky. I really like it. This one sticks to my lid quite well. Rose Gold 005, yesterday I noticed the glitter had moved out of the base and it like settled into a crease, but this hasn't done this. I've worn the shadow before, so just one problem so far. Today I just did a really quick kind of lighter look with Entrapment in the crease, VR Fire Opal on the lid, and Skin Show Divine Glow on the inner corner. I like it. It's nice. It's quicker than some of my structured looks, and it's still a little impactful. Today I put Blitz Flame all over the lid with Entrapment in the crease and Astral Luna Gold in the inner corner, and I really like it. I think I can get a lot more use out of this red than I thought. I don't think I'm as scared of it as I was. Yes, because I really like it. And it matches my shirt. So I wanted to check in at the end of the day just so you can kind of see what happened. This look is still very, very pretty, but we've got creasing. You can kind of see how it's just worn away in the corners, in the crease. So, as beautiful and quick as this look was, I'm now going to have to do it with glitter glue or a sticky base because this shadow formula doesn't seem to stick on my lids the way I want it to. I've had the same issues with a lot of more oily metallic shades, anything with a lot of slip, and I was hoping so much that it wouldn't be this one, because as I was picking it up I was like, that looks a lot like this formula that I have, which is gorgeous and beautiful, but creases on me every freaking time. So, two shades that are not my favorite because they don't move the way I want them to, as in they shift around on my lid even over primer. So we're going to retest both of them with a stickier glitter glue type base. It's so pretty though. Okay, so I put Disobedience in, Entrapment in the crease with Guilty Pleasure on the lid, and then I blended, sorry, the names are over here, I'm trying to read them. Skin So Divine Glow on the inner corner and then over the first half of the lid to make it more of a kind of a gold transition. I quite like it. I think this is one of my favorite ways to wear Guilty Pleasure so far, which is layered under things. But still very pretty, nice, quick makeup. Today, we're trying Rose Gold 005 again with a cream shadow, so hopefully it won't move around and crease on me. I do have Extreme Aubergine in the outer corner and crease, which it fought me this morning. I haven't had that issue with these mattes yet. And then I have Skin Show Divine Glow in the inner corner, but I did put in like a more mauve-y purple crease shade to try and draw that out because I don't know why, I just didn't want to use Entrapment again. I want other crease shades. So, we've seen the looks. I have feelings, and it might not be the best day for me to make this response ending thing, but because I have a lot of feelings and I'm tempted to just tear in, but we're going to try and stay polite. You've seen all the shades on my face. I've worn them all. The palette now looks like this, so dirty, messy, a little used. I've got the beginning of a dip in Entrapment, some texture in Guilty Pleasure, some texture in Bronze Blaze. I had a lot of fun with certain things. I didn't even take this off. I can now take the thing off the mirror. So, a good chunk of this palette I really like. But I'll say this purple is quite nice. It's not my favorite matte purple, but it blends really well. Let me label them. So, Extreme Aubergine, pretty good. Skin Show Divine Glow, I was not excited about it at the beginning, but the more I used it, it was pretty versatile. Same with Guilty Pleasure. I was not excited about that when I first swatched it, when I first touched it. It just didn't feel like something I was going to use. But throughout the month, I actually quite liked it. It made some really nice looks, and I think I'm coming around to softer looks, more easily worn looks, things that I can throw on pretty quickly and go to the office, and I don't have to worry as much that everything's, making a gradient. Like these, I have to make sure that these blend properly, that the gradient's there, that all the colors merge together, and working with greens it's work. You have to make sure everything goes together. You have to both think the thing that you're going to do and make it work and then like how it looks on you, whereas something that's just a taupey, kind of shimmery, kind of not shade, all over the lid with a brown in the crease, easy. I don't know somebody who could wear that and not look at least pretty good. So, very easy. Entrapment, that brown, very nice. It blended out really nice, and it did offer a lot more versatility than I was expecting. I was not thinking it was going to be the most versatile shade, but it was really nice. This darker brown, Disobedient, was really, really nice. It worked really well with all the shades I used it with. Extreme Aubergine was a little harder to blend than Disobedient, and it might just be because purples are trickier. I don't know. Both worked really well. Those two browns, very, very nice. This shade, this gorgeous, gorgeous Bronze Blaze shade. I love it. It's gorgeous. It looks gorgeous every time I wore it. It worked with that. I tried it with some other shades as well. Gorgeous. Very, very nice. Easy to work with, easy to wear. We're going to skip these for now, because I have feelings. Astral Luna Gold. Really, really nice. A very nice topper. A really fun shade to use that can transform a shade. It's a transformative shade. It goes really well layered over items. It makes a nice inner corner pop. It works really well with Skin Show to be really pretty and very different, and it's just a great glitter topper. If you don't want to pay the price tag for a glitter topper, I understand, but this one works really, really well. VR Fire Opal might be my favorite fucking shade from this palette, and for good reason. It's just, It's so pretty and so smooth. It's very much still glitter, but it lays down really nicely. It packs a nice punch. It's got that base shade. It's got a really strong flash. It's also, I don't know if I can get it to show for you guys, but in the right angle, it's got like pink and purple as well as the orange and the green. And I just want to do that over and over again. It's really, really pretty. And this is the main reason I'm saying that this palette is worth it to me, even though I'm not necessarily going to suggest this palette to most people, because this shade is so gorgeous and so unique, and paired with the rest of the shades in here that I like, it's a nice day-to-day work palette plus some extra oomph. The glitters in here really do add something nice and unique, and this is definitely something you can make a work-appropriate office look. Wear it, pull your palette back out, layer some glitter on, and go out. I don't go out, so, dancing, drinking, whatever, and feel like you had two very distinct looks. You can make very, very bold looks out of this. You can also make very soft looks out of this. So, those are the shades I like. And now, since you know that I haven't talked about two shades, I hate them. I fucking hate them. I'm sorry, but they're not good. They're really, really not. Rose Gold 005, this one right here, it looks like it should be a nice standard shade. I wasn't excited about it, but I wasn't bummed about it being in the palette. It looked usable. It looked like something that would work well with potentially pairing with the red, with the purple, with everything, but I can't get it to sit still on my lids. And I shouldn't have to put that much work into a simple rose gold glitter. You have these really complex formulas for glitter right here, and you have a nice, easy to use formula for glitter right there. What the fuck did you do with this one? How did you fuck it up that it just won't sit still? Because it swatches quite nice. You think that that's going to be this gorgeous rose gold look, and it's there for about 5 minutes, and then the silvery glitter, because I guess there's some kind of silvery glitter in there, that pigment moves around, but the base shade doesn't, so you end up with, technically if you wanted to do a really lazy, bad shimmer cut crease, because it'll just settle up in the crease of your eye where you would normally put that stripe of glitter if you were doing a glitter cut crease. It'll just get a line of glitter right there, and the rest of the thing is just kind of this reddish brown. Like, it doesn't sit still. And I tried it over the bases that have made everything else work, so I don't know how to make this work because it won't sit still. And I just shouldn't have to for something that standard. For something this easy in a palette full of things that I know you can do a better formula, because you have the same better formula in the palette. The fuck did you do with this shadow, Pat McGrath? It doesn't work. It really doesn't. I don't know if people are just throwing this on and not paying attention to that, or if they're layering it over enough stuff that it just doesn't, but, like, it's pretty. It should work just nice. Pretty shadow, and it just won't stay. And I guess whatever's wrong with this one is the same thing that's wrong with Blitz Flame, because this one won't sit still either. And this is a pretty shade. I have a dupe of this that I can make work, but this one won't. This is the same thing where if I have problems with shades being too shimmery, being too, I guess not too shimmery. So it's really pretty, and I would love to wear that all over the lid, and I really liked the way looks started with that. But they don't stay that way. I need the look to wear throughout the whole day. If I'm putting makeup on, I'm not touching it up throughout the day. I'm not. The things that I would potentially touch up, lipstick. Anything else better stay in its fucking spot, because I'm not doing anything about it. The foundation moves, that's where it's going to stay until I take my face off, because I'm not touching it up. My highlighter, I shouldn't have to put more on. What I put on my face should stay where I put it for the day, and I have enough things at my disposal that I can make almost every shadow work for me. Even the ones that crease on me, the ones that move around, I have found a primer combination that works with them, and I've had go-tos. I use, I have it here, Smashbox 24-hour shadow photo, 24-hour photo finish shadow primer. This works across the board with almost everything. If something is particularly oily, slippery, silicone-y, like these two shades. This one I was kind of surprised because it looked more like a glitter, and sometimes glitter needs something more to grip on, which I wasn't expecting with my experience with the other glitters in this same palette. You would assume they'd have the same formula, but they don't. See, I told you I was sassy. I was expecting to potentially need something to grip that down. Fine. But when you put it on your lid and it just goes down, fine. Okay. Shouldn't need it. Creases. Cool. We try it again. I have a Giorgio Armani I Am Brow Maestro, which is a really good cream shadow. It works really, really well. It's what I put under things that need some extra sliding protection. It didn't keep it stale. It just didn't. And the other thing that I have is a glitter glue. Glitter glue will hold anything in place. Glitter glue will hold whatever you put on top of it. I have never had a problem with a glitter glue not holding a shadow in place. I've had a problem with glitter glue going over things and making weird patches where it's too pigmented, but I have never had glitter glue put down and then the shadow still move. I have not had something put over glitter glue crease on me. This one does. I didn't even finish my whole look. I put this on, this creased very badly. Like, pigment shifting around, patches gone. So, not good. Fine, it's extra pretty. I'll put down a glitter glue. I'll try it out. I got my face done. I put the glitter glue down. I put the shadow down. And I didn't get all the way to mascara before it was already creasing on me. So there's something wrong with that shade because it just doesn't. I don't know if that's the formula for the rest of her metallics, because most of the other shades in here had some kind of glitter going on with them, or like were more of a satiny shine like this one. This was the only like full smooth metallic, and I hate it because it won't stay still. It's gorgeous. It looks so pretty, but it just doesn't stay in its spot. And I just need the powders to stay in their spot. That's all I need them to do. I will stick them down. I have ways, but I need you to stay where I put you. So, everything other than these two trash shades, it's a very nice palette. But that's also why I will not be suggesting this palette to anyone. It's pretty, but there's no way to know ahead of time that the variety of different formulas in here are going to work for you. Because that's 2 shadows out of 10. It's 20% fail rate. And I'm not used to having that high of a fail rate. At least not that high of a fail rate that I can't get to work with the tricks that I already have, that I've tested on other formulas that have fixed them. And yes, I don't always want to do that extra work to make something sit on my face, but these don't work even with all the things that I've done that make other shadows work. Some of them aren't worth the effort, and some of them, okay, if I want to wear this really particular gorgeous shade and I don't want it to crease, I'll spend the extra step to put down the specific primer that I know holds it in place and stops it from creasing. But that doesn't work with these. So I really like the parts of it that I like, but the 2 parts that I don't are unreasonable. Because I have oily eyelids. The primers that I put down, they will hold anything because they're the ones that work on my oily eyelids. The Smashbox one, it mats the crap out of my eyelids. Nothing, even when I'm not wearing makeup, because of how oily my skin is, I will put this down over my lid just so that the oil doesn't settle into my crease and then drive down into the inner corner of my eye and irritate me. But this will hold anything I put on top of it, save a few particular ones, and then I have extra steps for those ones. I've never had something just refuse to work with all the things, all the tips and tricks that I have, and all of the history I have of making certain things work on my face and dealing with stuff like oily eyelids. I'm not a person who can just throw concealer on your lids and then go about my day because that stuff will break down. I can't just put something over my bare skin and be good all day because that's not going to work. My eyelid is going to eat it. So I have things that stop that from happening, and then I have extra special steps for the things that need a little extra care, and these refuse to work. I don't know what the fuck she did to them and why she can't just do the same formula across the board, because I had no issues with Skin Show Divine Glow. So if Blitz Flame was the same formula, I would have had no problem. But she did something to it. Just like if Rose Gold had been the same formula as Bronze Blaze or Astral Luna Gold or VR Fire Opal, they would have been fine. It would have worked. But she did something to it. And it's not, okay, I have this palette, I put it out, I had this response about the formula, and I tried something different. These are in the same palette. Why is your formula so inconsistent in one product? One product. Your mattes were good. The glitters that worked were good. The shimmers that worked were good. What the fuck did you do with these two shades that just made them useless? I need to know. I need to know what the fuck you thought you were doing, trying this many different types of formulas that obviously you didn't test that well if they don't work even with this stuff, because the priming I do is more than most people do. Most people don't put that much effort into putting things on their face, so if it doesn't work with the steps I'm taking, I can assume this doesn't work for a lot of people. And I had some concerns when Kitchnitch, she did a review on this, and she talked about having issues with stuff sticking down. I was like, huh, that's really weird. I haven't had any issues with that yet, but I hadn't touched Rose Gold or Blitz Flame yet, because I hadn't had any issues with any of the other ones, and I still have gotten those to work with no problem. It's just those two trash shades. And now I understand how frustrating that was and what types of issues she was having, because she also had issues getting Rose Gold to do anything. She had issues with Bronze Blaze as well, but I don't know if that was the same issue or if she just didn't like how it was laying, because like Rose Gold wasn't sticking for her. I don't think Blitz Flame was good for her either. Like, it's just... So, it's pretty. I like 80% of it. And I will not suggest this to anybody because I can't guarantee that any of the shades in any of her palettes are going to be a good formula. She also, as far as I can tell, doesn't list what type of formula they are. Like, if she listed that Bronze Blaze was Formula A and Rose Gold was Formula B, I would know when I'm looking at her palettes which formulas are going to work for me. But I can't see a listing anywhere. If she had, glitter Formula A, B, and C, and I knew that Formula C doesn't work but A and B do, I can check her palettes to see which formula is in each one and on each shade, but I didn't see that. Because you have that with some people. Some people will label the different formulas and you'll know, okay, well, their mattes work, their satins work, their regular shimmers work, but their metallics don't work for me, and this and that. And then you can judge if a palette is worth your time before ordering it. This is you get it, you have to work with it, and then you have to find out it doesn't work, and then you have to decide if the amount that does work is worth keeping it for. And based on where you are, you don't have the option to return things. Some people can't send this back if it doesn't work for them. So I need Pat McGrath to get her shit together and do consistent formulas. Which, that sounds really harsh, but get your shit together. If you can't do consistent formulas in one palette, how can I trust that your formulas are consistent across several palettes? So, I'm cranky. I liked all but 2 shades. And I'm going to have to put this aside because I'm angry at it. And because they look so pretty on my hand, but only this one's going to be actually on my face ever again, because I have such a bad day if my eyeshadow doesn't work. It just ruins everything, because I've gotten to a point where things tend to do what I want them to do, and if I make the extra steps to make it even more guaranteed to work, and it just doesn't. That's just annoying because it's stuck on your face for the whole day. I go to work. I don't have makeup remover with me. I'm not going to take my whole face off because I see creasing. I'm just going to look weird. I'm just going to have one eye that looks weird or two eyes that look weird and like I don't know what I'm doing while I'm at work trying to be a professional who's putting on a put together, I know what I'm doing face. Because I don't know about you guys, but if you have somebody who's coming up to you in a position of authority and they're wearing makeup that doesn't look like they know what they're doing, even though the makeup might not be related to what they do, it sets a perception in your mind of them not knowing what they're doing and or not caring about knowing what they're doing. It might just be me. That might just be me being a judgy person, but I want my appearance to look like I know what I'm doing and I put effort in. And Rose Gold and Blitz Flame just tried to make a fool of me every time I wore them. So, they can get fucked. The rest of the palette can stay. I might try them again later. I might find some other magic thing that I think can go under them. But the fact that I would have to go above and beyond, go out of my way to find something extra and buy an extra product or item to make them work, and then still have the option of my day being kind of not so good because my face is ruined, because something creased or moved or did some bullshit. I'm not going to be excited about that. I'm not going to be excited about knowing whether or not my eyeshadow's going to fuck up. So, I gotta go before I just keep yelling horrible things at this palette. But 80% of it was very good. So if that's enough for you, knock yourself out. But if you have similar issues, if you have shadows that move and crease on you, and you have a thing that works for them, it might not work for these shadows. These might be just the I'm gonna fuck up your day shadows. And it's really unfortunate because if I had those two to work into rotation properly, I would have had a much wider variety of looks. I would have had a lot more fun playing with mix and maxing because those kind of ruined my excitement for the month. As soon as those fucked up, I was like, oh man. Then it becomes a game of which one is going to be another shitty palette, because if one doesn't work, then you can guess that maybe there's another one, maybe one of the formulas doesn't work. Like, you have to, like, play, like, whack-a-mole of which one's gonna, you know, crease on you or mess up your day. And I don't like that. I'm not excited about using a palette that has messed with my eyes. It just takes away my fun experimental options, and I have to stay kind of more safer. And I'm just going to stop rambling now. I'm going to go. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for dealing with my sass and my anger. If you have eyes like mine and you somehow managed to make Rose Gold 005 or Blitz Flame not move on you, what are your secrets? What is this black magic that you've done to make them work? Because they're not my favorite shades. I have dupes. I have plenty of dupes that I can use instead. But I would like to be able to use all the parts of this very expensive palette that I bought. Or was gifted, whatever. Very expensive makeup that I have that 20% is not usable for me. I gotta go now. Thanks for watching.